Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. I'm Sean. I'm going to be running this game tonight. You can find me on Twitter, mostly SL5. And let's see. Tonight, we are going to be running Locus. Locus is a wonderful little horror game. So much fun, so traumatizing. It's just fantastic. The first thing, let's do a few announcements here. Let's talk about we got our sponsors. HeroForge.com, where we get all these lovely miniatures and everything that we use. EpidemicSound.com, where we get all this fantastic music and sound effects and everything. It's all royalty-free, fantastic. And a newer one that we were working with lately is Soul Muppet Publishing. You can always look at our links. We got all these posted in the chat. You can find them on our website and everything else as well. Let's see. If you want to check out any of our previous streams, we have all the VODs. I can't apparently talk tonight on YouTube, and also there's some obviously still here on Twitch. Take a look at those. They're fantastic. If you want to come join us, we're on Discord, Lost Caravan RPG. Find us on Twitter and all kinds of places. So first off, let's go around. Let's just introduce everybody to see who we got here. First, we're going to start with LC to tell us who you're playing tonight and maybe give a very brief rundown of who you are.
Absolutely. Hey guys, I am LC. As you all know, apparently I'm already being attacked in chat, which is a very common occurrence for me. I am optimistic on all social media. Tonight I will be playing Mallory Monroe because I love my alliterations. She is a cheerleader who is friends, I guess you could call them friends, with all of these lovely people going to this cabin for their spring break, I believe it was, Rise? Yes, spring break. She's never done anything wrong in her life. Surprise, surprise. When have I ever played a character who has done anything wrong in her life? And I will take it over, or hand it over to the next person.
James, what about you?
Sup, dudes? Name's James Beck. You can find me at GeekJames513 over on Twitter. Today I'll be playing Justin Timberwood, the star quarterback for the school. Fuck yeah.
I may be regretting this casting choice. I'm not 100% certain yet, but this is either fantastic or an absolute disaster. Aaron.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron. Ooh, that was awful to follow. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Great Cthulhu in some fashion. Tonight, I am playing Emma Bowman, the weird cousin to Lily, who is unfortunately without a home for circumstances. That name's a pun that you'll figure out later, too.
And that leads us to Dido.
Hello, I'm Dido. You can find me at Dido11, and tonight I'm playing the rich horseback riding girl who unfortunately has to spend the spring break with her cousin because her parents are mad at her for not going to med school and wouldn't pay for her spring break in Fort Lauderdale.
All right, so before we get started, just want to say, so Locus is a horror game. It is filled with unspeakable nasty things. Can be very traumatizing, can touch on a lot of subjects, experiences, incidents that can be very triggering and disturbing for people. Obviously, everybody that we have here, we've already talked about everything, gone through our safety tools, lines of veils, all that fun stuff, and we do use the X card and everything else, and we're in constant communication, so if something happens, somebody's uncomfortable, we can always stop. However, obviously, we can't do anything for you at home viewing, so if you're not okay, if you're not feeling great with whatever is happening, if something's triggering everything, definitely encourage you to step away, go do something fun and happy, lift those spirits, and, maybe you can just hear stories about some of the dumb things people do later in a less triggering environment. So with that, let's get started. So it's 1985, the year of New Coke, the Nintendo Entertainment System, Live Aid, and one of the worst recorded winters to ever hit the eastern half of the United States. It's no surprise that on the heels of that deep freeze, Thousands of college students from across the country are aching to break free of their academic requirements so that they can take part in that most hallowed of celebrations, spring break. On the campus of Huntington, West Virginia's Marshall University, a group of friends here is ready to do just that. But rather than fleeing for the sun-kissed beaches of Fort Lauderdale, as so many others have chosen to do that year, our story is headed instead for the shadow-dappled woods of the Appalachian Hills, to a family friend's vacation cabin, a place to get away from the hustle of daily life, to escape the noise, a place to get back to nature, to go home. So, Justin,
What's up,
are you guys ready to leave? What's going on there?
I'm fucking ready to go, man. I packed the coolers full of booze. I packed also a football because I figured, I could just punch some nerds with it.
Is anybody else there with you yet?
You know what? I figured I'd just pick everybody up, it's because people just just pick them up at their houses. It's the 80s, so the fuck stranger danger.
Well, it looks like you're kind of coming up on Lily and Emma's house right now.
Oh fuck yeah. I have the radio blasting some REM, and I'll just I'll be obnoxious and I'm just gonna honk the horn a bunch of times.
One time, James. One time, really loud and really long.
Three really long in succession honks.
The worst.
Oh my god, we're coming. Give me a minute.
You gotta be faster than that, dude. It's not right.
It takes a little longer to put everything together. We can't all just put clothes on in the dark, Justin.
Hey, the only thing you really need is booze. And lots of it.
Well, why didn't you lead with that?
I don't know.
Emma, are you ready?
I've been ready. Yeah, packing light, not a lot of stuff.
Lily comes out with, there's probably a good 3 or 4 suitcases waiting by the front door to take, and that's packing light.
Yeah, I think Emma has a very compact black one on rollers, and then I'm gonna call it what it is, a stripper purse. that is her full packing.
Lily definitely takes shotgun.
Thank God.
So
Emma's
Justin,
gonna sit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I took some of the good liquor out of the cabinet. I don't think my parents will notice.
You know what? Whatever floats your boat, man. I prefer good old-fashioned beer. And as reversing out of their driveway, just pulls out a baseball bat and just whacks the mailbox before leaving.
This is the worst character I've ever heard you ever play in your whole life, and you ran a whole Locus game for a whole month. James.
Look up Honey Heist after this. It gets worse.
Yeah, so when Emma gets in, she's gonna make sure she's fully in behind the driver's seat, so she does not have to interact with Justin at all, or as little as possible.
Hiding. Okay.
Are you comfortable back there? I know it's a little bit cramped due to all my sports stuff.
I'm good.
Okay.
So you pick up those two and head off towards
over to Mallory's. Yeah.
Not too far away. It's not like it's a super big town.
You don't even need seatbelts.
There probably weren't seatbelts.
There were seatbelts. You just could ignore them. It was not until the 90s those become regulation.
I mean,
We're in the
depending on how old your car was.
James.
I had a car that didn't have seatbelts.
What kind of car
So
do you
Mallory,
drive?
what are you doing?
I'm ready to go. I've been ready. I was on time. I'm always on time. Kind of probably glad that Justin is late. Because I don't really like hanging out with Justin. this is not because of James's character choices now. This is from things we discussed prior to stream, I swear, but now it just means a whole lot more. And I am out on the porch, probably waiting, like on the swing, you know, like porch swing or whatever. And when he does arrive, I walk out, and there's like slightest relief on her face that someone is already in the front seat. Because if she were to sit in the front seat with him, the entire ride would probably be filled with arguing about maps and any other topic that they could butt heads about, because she disagrees probably with him on every single thing he could actually say that could warrant an intellectual conversation. And she's gonna put her bag in the back and slide in. And if there is a seatbelt, she's gonna put it on.
I know how to drive. You don't need to worry about that.
Not worried about you. Yes, she is. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the other drivers on the road, Justin.
Don't worry. I made a summer playlist. Sorry, spring break
Sucker.
playlist on this cassette.
Sucker playlist, James?
I can talk.
So once you pick up Mallory, you are all assembled. Everything's thrown in the car, interplaced with baseball bats and ball gloves and a basketball and whatever else he might have shoved in there. You head out, maybe swing by the gas station, grab a couple of sodas or snacks for the trip.
Man, I love this new Coke. I hope it never goes away.
Because you've never tried it. It doesn't take long before you are outside of the city and heading towards a far less urbanized part of the state. Highway eventually turns into plain old 2-lane, back through the woods, trees on every side, the hills around you. That asphalt slowly becomes to gravel and to dirt. And you're in among the trees. Obviously you're driving slow here because these roads curve and wind. You can hear the birds singing outside even as you pass by.
Are we there yet?
You know what these fucking forests, man, they all look the same, so no.
You do have
I'm
the map.
gonna start pre-gaming. Emma, would you like a drink? I pull out a bottle of vodka. I think you're muted.
Oh, you're on mute, my guy. Did you try that?
Yes, I'd love some. That'll make this whole ride infinitely more tolerable.
And out of my large purse, I will pull out a almost full bottle of vodka, take a big swig, and hand it back to Emma.
She
Spring
considers
break.
it. It's very much the vibe of I've never had a drink in my life, and just goes way too hard on it and ends up spraying it all over the back of Justin.
Oh, it's my dad's car!
I'm sorry. And like screws it back on and hands it back to Lily really quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's amazing. You know what? That's for smashing my mailbox again. You're welcome.
I gotta do it. It's so smashable.
You know
So you
that's not the only
continue
time I'm gonna said it's so smashable and not about mailboxes.
Thank you, Aaron. Someone had to say it.
Oh, Lord. So you continue on these dirt roads, winding back through the hills, and before long you've pretty much left behind any real sign of civilization. No more small towns, nothing, no rural mailbox drops, no gas stations. And finally you turn up this single lane dirt road. Another 1.5 miles, 2 miles up, you find yourself pulling into a clearing of sorts. It's obviously been widened out and opened up. And right there in the middle is the cabin. And now, we call it a cabin, but this has obviously been built for vacations for multiple people, and people bring their whole family up here. And it's not a cheap little place. This is well made. So they got a well. There's a gas generator out the side you can see. You can also see there's already a big old pile of cut wood that's been there for a little while. You probably won't need that. It's probably too warm for that. But, it's there, just in case. So it looks like it's a single story. Not too far away from the walls, though. The woods come back in. You see a slight bit of movement off to one side. So I see a rabbit running off into the brush. And I think Lily probably has the key.
I really hope Dougie's not here. He's kind of a buzzkill. But I hear he's got a hot tub. So let's just get our shit in there and start partying. Get this spring break started. And go up and unlock the front door.
Okay. Inside is very cabiny. It's obviously decorated in a very rustic sort of thing. You've got multiple mounted white-tailed deer heads, full antlers. You can see there's a few pieces of furniture that someone has put together and made out of shed antlers. A lamp over here, covered with them. A few things here and there. There's a large picture up on one wall that looks like it's supposed to be some kind of western scene. A little bit out of place here on the eastern part of the country, but somebody's idea of what a cabin decoration should be. And you can see from that front door, you can see a couple of doors off to one side that you imagine probably lead back to the bedrooms. There's 3 of those. And there's a kitchen, kind of an open floor plan as far as the kitchen living room go.
Em would like to examine the antler artwork. She's critiquing it on the skill level of how the antlers have been treated and put together.
I mean, the actual artwork stuff that they've made it's okay. It's nothing too fancy, nothing too great. The mounts, though, look like they were well done. That was a practiced hand that did those.
Oh yeah, she's totally petting the mounts and smiling, being like, "This is well done."
For the sake of not letting James take this hero point Turk gave, Rise, would you mind rolling a d4 and assigning us a 1 through 4 so we know who gets this hero point?
It says for the super cool friend, and I'm the coolest here.
And Robin
No,
said
I would have to
that
say
we were
Aaron
all
is the
cool.
coolest.
Hell yes, thank you.
Let's see here. We'll just go in overlay order. So Elsie is 1, James is 2, Aaron's 3, Dido's 4.
Huh, I'm second to none.
Yeah, that's for Aaron. So that's
Let's go.
3.
What'd I say?
So the way we've decided to do hero points in Locus, kind of borrowing from James when he was running, is a hero point granted to someone gives them 3 extra willpower that they can use. So that's 3 willpower there for Aaron.
As long as it's not James. What? My second question is you said there were furniture made out of antlers?
Like a lamp.
Yeah,
say,
how creepy
when
is
it's
it?
taken.
What does a lampshade look like?
Looks like a regular lampshade.
Okay.
Kind of a neutral beige color. I mean, how creepy do you find something that's basically had a bunch of antlers glued around it?
We live in small rural town like West Virginia, so probably not that creepy. I was more concerned about the lampshade material, but that's fine if it's just fine.
That is just a regular, everyday, boring ass lampshade.
Wrong state for those lampshades. That's all Wisconsin, baby.
Gotta make sure. It's a horror stream. Gotta make sure.
So after that, go ahead.
No, I had nothing to say. Please, Aaron.
All right. So yeah, Emma will take her small amount and find the room that shares the least amount of walls with people, knowing that this is going to be a bunch of people partying. So like whatever the furthest corner room, that's the one she's snagging. So I'd be like, I don't have to share walls. Everything like happens in these rooms. I don't have to listen to it.
So basically the way
pretty loud.
it looks like it's laid out is, so like if you walk in the front door, if you turn to your left, you've got 2 doors there that lead into bedrooms, and then another one that's kind of straight ahead that borders with the kitchen.
You know what? Let's go the Let's be close to the kitchen. Why not? That'll be fine, I'm sure.
What's everyone else doing?
How many rooms were there any upstairs?
Nope, there is no upstairs.
There's no upstairs.
Oh.
What kind of vacation home doesn't have an upstairs?
I know, right?
Story cabin, my friend.
My regular home has an upstairs.
I'm a little disappointed that Emma took the most solitary. There I go. Like, I cannot choose words this week. Solitary room, and I'll take the second most one. Maybe the one furthest down the hall. I think it was. Or
So there's the one Emma took, which is
Yep,
right
by the
ahead,
kitchen.
and then you've got 2 more off to the left.
okay. So someone. Okay, yeah. No, I'm throwing my bag down in a room, and I'm not sharing a room with anybody. No.
Well, I guess I'll take the other room.
You're cute. And I walk in, I close the door in his face to the last room.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, sleeping on the couch!
This is awful.
So the rooms are about what you would expect. They're some kind of faux rural cabin-y decoration, a lot of woodwork. The beds are kind of a log construction style, though obviously it's not real, like handmade carpentry. Someone bought these. Lily, you go in, close the door in Justin's face, and you turn and look. In the room you're in, it actually has a bunk bed, basically.
Oh, we're not going to talk to him that.
So there is a top and bottom. And it looks like, other than that, there is a wardrobe and a small desk. You see there's a couple of drawers on the desk, and the wardrobe's open, but it's empty at the moment.
I'm gonna do what, any typical guest would do, and I'm just gonna start snooping through all the drawers and stuff.
You start pulling out, and there's a few things left in there, like there's an old ink pen that somebody left in there before, a few blank pieces of paper, a little small writing tablet. The bottom drawer seems to stick a little bit, but not like it's locked, more like it's, it's wood, maybe it has warped a little bit, but give it a little bit of a pull, even with your particular physique, it does manage to come open. And inside you find a small, it's like a leather-bound book, like a journal of some kind.
Ooh, some light reading. You know what? Justin, I guess you can have the bottom bunk.
No, I'm good. I put out all my weights back here, so I'm gonna do push-ups for the next hour.
So weird. I'm gonna even after telling Justin he's so weird, I'm gonna go find a seat where I can just watch, not watch, but make Justin feel as comfortable as possible. And open up the journal for some light reading.
Okay.
Oh, and I start reading it out loud.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Mallory and Emma, you both find that your rooms are basically the same as what I described for Lily. Kind of wooden furniture. There's a small desk in there. Wardrobe. That's the word I'm looking for. Nothing other really of particular note in there. at the
Does
moment.
this bedroom have a window?
Yes, they all have a window.
Excellent.
Um,
This is not Aaron metagaming. This Emma's an anxious person and needs to know exits at all times.
there are. This cabin seems to have a lot of windows. It is definitely a very kind of airy build, and there's lots of sunlight that comes through, even with some shade and stuff from the trees that's cleared out just enough. You do get a decent amount of sun, and right now it's kind of late afternoon, so you're getting some of that late evening afternoon sun that's coming through before the sun starts going down, really. Let's see.
If I were to go through, does mine have a desk? I know you said a wardrobe, the same thing that Dido had
Yep,
in
just a small
Lily's
wooden
room.
desk in there.
Is there anything of note? Because I would absolutely go through the desk too. I love a good rumor if I can find anything that's not mine.
Nothing particularly special. Small pieces of things left behind. Maybe some paper clips, thumbtack or two. Nothing to get particularly excited with unless you want to put a thumbtack under James's chair.
Who's James?
Justin, whatever.
The name of the character
way
is so
works.
similar. I thought you were just playing a self-insert, James, honestly.
Yeah, totally am.
No, I'll probably maybe take a paper clip and, unfold it, because what else does one do with a paper clip? Except unwind it. That's all. Maybe I'll go back out and watch James do. Justin, whatever. Justin the Chad. Oh my god, I just saw your freaking Zoom name. Justin the Chad do push-ups for exactly 1 hour.
Well, no, first, sorry. Instead of doing push-ups, I gotta bring in the booze. I have a keg back there.
I'm not helping you.
There is.
Don't worry. I got it already. Just
One trip. Remember, Justin. Only men can carry everything in one trip. Only real men.
challenge
as
accepted.
you're-
I can do that. Just
God.
fucking starts a hugging bag.
As Justin is bringing in his various booze and stuff, I assume you're bringing it to the kitchen.
Of course.
You do notice once you get in there is a refrigerator. It's not currently on right now. There is no electricity currently right now because the generator's not running. But there is a refrigerator
damn, you
there.
gotta turn the thing on.
And there is also another door. There's two doors in the kitchen. One is clearly another door to the outside. And the other looks like what you would expect from a door into a basement or root cellar, something along those lines.
If I was a generator, where would I be? Oh, of course,
already-
outside.
You did
Oh, I
see the
already saw it?
generator on the way in. Yeah, when you pulled
on the
up,
way
it was
in.
right
Okay,
there beside the
then-
house.
All right, then yeah, I'm gonna take that door back out as soon as I drop off all the booze,
Right?
and I'm gonna go try to kick on the generator.
Lily, the book you found, as you open it up and start to peruse these pages, becomes very quickly clear that this is a diary of some kind. And it's pretty obvious by the writing and by what this person is saying, that this was a little girl's diary, at least in the beginning. Probably middle schoolish, judging by the way they write and the things they say and talk about. This was, a little girl's diary. And for the most part, the beginning, it's just kind of her day-to-day stuff, things you remember from your own time in middle school, junior high, that kind of 6th grade to 8th grade range, the sort of interactions and things that you did back then. And that goes on for quite a while. And you can tell, and there's some dates on there, but not on every page. Like, she forgot to just put dates a lot of times. So you skip over and it's like, you're not sure exactly what the time frame is there, but you can tell, you skip a couple pages here and there because some of these things are really just the day-to-day boring stuff of a 12-year-old.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take a shot every time I see the word love, because this girl had a lot of crushes on a bunch of different boys and girls, and it is scandalous.
I mean, there's a lot of that in there. Damn, we'll see. Yeah.
No, okay.
So
To be clear, it was my diary. I found my diary.
I already roasted you in chat, so.
Yes. I'm not even gonna go into it because there's always 4 pages that I wrote and have ADHD and then never touch it again. There's at least 5 of them. Carry on.
So Justin's gone outside. Lily's reading her newfound book. What's Emma doing?
I think, given that you said it's like late afternoon, but it's so not dark yet.
Right.
Yeah, she is.
Say about 5 or 6.
She does what any weird goth kid does. She's gonna go take a little stroll in the woods real quick.
Okay. So, you telling anybody where you're going, or you just walking out?
She'll probably say something quietly, like if she passes anyone on her way out, she will, but she won't go out of her way to do so.
Okay. Well, you do walk past because Lily and Mallory are still here in the living room, so you.
Then she's like, I'm gonna go check the woods out for a little bit. I'll be back later before it's dark.
Okay. As long as it's before it's dark, don't want you getting
If you find a lake, let me know.
Okay.
Isn't it cold outside?
Haven't you ever heard of the polar bear dive?
That was in Lily. That was in January.
So?
Okay. Yeah. Polar bear dive, absolutely, Lily.
There was also other reasons Lily didn't get into med school, but
we don't talk about those. It was absolutely a late application date reasoning.
Absolutely.
So you head out, and obviously it doesn't take long to really get into the woods. Because, you're basically there already. You head out. There's not a whole lot of underbrush out here. You got these big oak trees and hickories and the like that tend to block out a lot of the light from coming down to the forest floor. The canopy is all but unbroken once you get in there. You do find a nice spot of blackberry bushes. They're just starting to come ripe. Maybe get a few off of there if you're interested. That nice dark color, surrounded by those thorns. It's the goth's perfect fruit, I'm telling you.
I see a shiny red buttons put in front of my face. Yeah, she'll be like, why not? And try to delicately get one away.
It's not hard. Pops right off there, just like they're supposed to when they're ripe. And it is delicious. It's a wild blackberry, untouched by anything else. It is just bursts in your mouth, just sweet and tart. They're amazing. From where you're standing, you can hear, not too far off, a burble and trickle of water. So there's a stream here someplace. Where it goes or where it comes from, who knows, but it's not too far off. You could find it fairly easy. The only other sounds around right now are the birds moving around overhead, going from branch to branch.
She's not super into nature as per se. She's looking for, in her heart of hearts, she believes that there's some weird shit in this woods somewhere because it's remote. Like, some some prospectors for like a graveyard or something, just something spooky, so she can get at least a little relief from the huge bro energy that they've had to deal with the entire ride up here and in the cabin.
That understandable. That is definitely quite a lot. So why don't you make me a carelessness roll?
Oh no. Here we go. I've got all this willpower. I'm gonna go ahead and roll those 2 ones I just rolled. That is success for me.
So you kind of leave the blackberries patch behind, maybe head towards where you can hear this water coming from. And you do indeed come on a little stream. It's not a big one. Not really anything that you'd call a creek, or certainly not anything larger than that, but just kind of comes down between some rocks and heads on into the forest further. And as you stop and you're looking around, you look up, and it does look like there's something kind of over on the other side there. That looks like it's like stone.
Oh, hell yeah. You said it's not that deep, or it doesn't look that deep, rather?
You can step right
Okay,
over it.
great. Yeah, then she'll fully head right towards it, towards the stones.
As you get closer and your angle kind of changes and you can see past the trees a little better, it does look like a headstone of some kind, a rough one. But obviously somebody took the time to shape it into a cross. It's probably about 2 feet high. It's kind of thrust there in the middle of the woods. There doesn't seem to be any other indications or markers around here. Just this single solitary headstone. And you see someone has taken the time and carved on the front of it just the one word, beloved.
Oh.
And it's been there for a long time. It's weathered. The corners and the edges are green with moss. And it's pitted by the weather, the rain and the snow and everything else that has come down on it over the years. So it's been there for a very long time. But that's it. Stands all by its lonesome.
So she'll look at the state of it and be like, "Oh, I don't know whose beloved you are, but you deserve better than this." And then she'll take her time cleaning the moss off and making it like a little more presentable. At least it look like, like someone's been taking care of it.
Okay.
And if there's any flowers nearby, she'll like gather them up and like leave a little something there.
Flowers are easy to come by. They're kind of scattered around all over the place. Just the small wildflowers that you find out in the hills, in the woods out here, small white and yellow ones for the most part. Every once in a while you find something that's maybe a darker shade of purple with a little bit of a lighter center. You find those scattered here and there.
I think she focuses on getting the purple ones then. That's full goth aesthetic.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Justin, you come outside. You step outside and you remember where the generator was. It was nice and easy to find. And it's a fairly nice one, to be honest. It looks like they spent a good deal of money on it. Got a fairly large reservoir. Nice push button start. Yeah, for its time, that is a damn nice piece of machinery.
Oh, can't wait to get my hands on this thing. And I go to turn it on.
You ever used one before?
As James or as Justin? As Justin, probably
As
yes.
Justin.
As James, not once in my fucking life.
Well, if Justin has used one in the past, fairly
dad's a
simple.
mechanic, so like
There you go.
machines are his thing.
You take a look at it. Maybe clear off a couple of stray leaves that have kind of settled on there. Check your plugs real quick. Find the primer. Hit that a few times. Give it a push, and it starts chugging to life. With that deep,
Oh,
meaty
fuck
growl
yeah.
of an engine as it just roars and settles into a steady, rumbling gait. And you do see right above your head, there's a light on the corner of the house, like at the corner of the roof there. And as it pops on,
Ah, I got it to work. Let's go.
Lily and Mallory, since you are inside, you do hear a couple of things. Obviously, you can hear the generator outside because it's not quiet. That first initial kick on is loud as anything. And then it kind of settles down and you don't hear it much unless you really kind of listen for it. The walls are fairly thick, so. But you do notice a couple of lights come on. There's an overhead light in here that comes on. You hear the hum as the refrigerator also gets power.
Did anybody think to bring like food?
Hi. My guy, you're muted.
I
I am, because I unmuted myself on Zoom, like a fool. I wasn't in charge of the food. If anybody was supposed to, it was Justin, and from the sounds of it, I don't think he did. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that I did bring some stuff. I think I left it out in the car. But that's one of the suitcases. I mean, it's more like snacky food, nothing that really needs to go in the refrigerator, but I kind of did not expect Justin to remember.
Well, I'm glad you made that assumption. At least we have snacks to keep us or hold us over until one of us can run back whatever that long journey is. Trek, I don't know how many miles we just rode. I'm sure there's like a small like grocery store locally or something that we passed.
There's got to be something.
Maybe an hour or two ago.
Yeah, it was like, what, 30 minutes away?
Couldn't be more than that.
We should probably go check on Justin. He's making a lot of noise out there, probably breaking shit that I'll have to pay for.
Do you have a job?
No, that's what Daddy's money's for.
Okay, Lily. Yep, you'll have to pay for it. Let's go. Let's go check on Justin. And I will probably was like reading like a whatever outdated magazine is on the coffee table and put it down to go help Lily check on Justin.
There's probably a couple of copies of an old People or Time magazine laying around. Yeah. Find Justin easily enough. He's outside celebrating having been able to turn on the generator.
What's up, guys?
The loud noise of the generator, I also forgot to mention, definitely spooked Mallory, and she kind of like jumped when she was on the couch for a moment before Lily suggested that they go check on him. And when the minute she lays eyes on him, she's gonna be like, "What did you break?"
I didn't break anything. I turned on the generator.
Correctly?
Of course. See the
Do you-
lights on.
I don't think Mallory knows how to read a generator, so I'm not even gonna check.
I can't imagine Mallory had a lot of opportunities to mess with generators.
If you can hear the low, quiet, like rumble that is going on, it's working. It's actually
Okay.
quite a nice generator. Get a few thousand volts from this thing, like per minute. It's great.
Like, From a light bulb?
Never mind. What's up?
We just heard something, and we knew you were out here, and you had been out here a long time, and usually when you take two things together and they don't add up, something is wrong, and you're probably behind it. So we came to make sure nothing was wrong and that you were still doing what you were supposed to do.
No, yeah, no, we're all good there. I was actually about to grab the food out of the car.
So you did bring food.
Oh yeah, hot dogs and hamburgers.
Okay.
I
All right.
I give Mallory a surprised look.
I look very surprised right back at Lily because this is not something I would expect from Justin.
I'm gonna go grab the food and we'll bring it inside. Now the refrigerator's working. It's just like a very fucking thick cooler. It's like filled with ice that's probably mostly melted by now.
Yeah, it's definitely melted by now. You're mostly carrying water in that thing at the moment.
You could use the water for later.
So you bring the rest of your things in from the car easily enough.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in. By this time, it's starting to get a little later. Emma, particularly since you are still out in the woods, that it gets darker quicker out there since you just got the canopy overhead and not a lot of direct sunlight at the moment. So
Okay. She'll kind of be like she kind of wants to not, but knows better. Like trying to navigate the woods in the pitch black is not a skill she possesses. So yeah, she'll make her way back to the cabin.
So you bring everything in. Are you, like I said, refrigerator's running. There's a bunch of empty cabinets.
Better go catch it.
There is, like I said, you all do notice now, Lily and Mallory, that you've been in the kitchen, that there is another door there. And what are we doing?
First order business should definitely be put the meat products in the fridge that is now on before the melted ice no longer keeps it cool and we all get salmonella and die before the monster gets us.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds bad.
Hey, Justin. You roll carelessness for me real quick?
Oh, of course. And roll. Oh, that's a stellar pass.
Is that music you hear? Because you swear it sounds like Conway Twitty.
Ah, man, I thought it was Elton John. Coming from the basement?
As a matter of fact, it does seem to be coming up that way.
Oh, maybe they got some records down there. You know, I'm gonna go check it out. And I'll go to the basement door, just like see if there's like any flicker light, whatever.
Nope, nothing like that. It's just an old door. It doesn't look like it's necessarily as cared for as some of the other parts of this place, but it's just a straight up old wooden door.
Oh, I open it and I go peer through the other side.
Set of wooden stairs heading down, but there's no light at the moment down there. Though there is a pull cord you can see hanging basically in front of you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull it.
The stairs go down, and you see down at the bottom that it's a dirt floor. Looks like a basement down there, not the finished kind. You know, dirt floor, most likely concrete walls. You can guess. Smells kind of musty, but you're pretty used to that from this sort of basement that are all over the place.
Do I say anything like that would be like kind of out of place for a basement? Like,
well, pretty much all you can see from where you're at right now is just the stairs and the very immediate landing down there at the bottom, which is, packed.
All right, I'm gonna, like, as soon as I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'll like lift up my shades so I could actually see a little bit better, and then he's gonna like He's like, I got an idea. He's gonna go like a little bit into like the shadows, like he's like fully draped in it, and like he's gonna start like try to feel around for a light, and then he's gonna call Mallory down.
So
Like, Mallory, I found something.
you do, as you're kind of groping around and stuff, you feel a string from another overhead light brush your forehead.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, I'll click it.
So as you can see now, the basement looks like it was partially a storage area and partially kind of a work area for someone. You've got several shelves built into these concrete walls, which are basically just wooden boards that have been plugged in there and held up with brackets and nailed into the concrete. Jars of canned food. There's vegetables and fruits and beans and all kind of stuff that people have canned and put up in here for storage. Also, the very bottom shelf, that's filled with clear liquid of some kind in those jars.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab
And
one and uncork it.
And that kind of covers one wall, this stored food. And pretty close by you see a lot of things that you would recognize probably from your grandma's house, something like that. Canning stuff, big old black tub, and various things for using for lids, empty jars, that sort of thing. Looks like a workbench of some kind though on the other side. You see a number of tools kind of scattered around, some various things that you can't quite tell what they were doing over there, but there's obviously somebody was putting something together or doing some kind of crafts or whatever.
Could I determine what the clear liquid is? Like, I have a good feeling what it is, but
Are you going to open it?
oh yeah.
Oh, you know that smell. That is pure West Virginia moonshine.
Oh, disgusting. He's actually gonna apply the seal and gonna put it back and just be like, hopefully no one finds that. And it's gonna go over to the other side of the workbench and go find like a overhead light over there.
Yeah, there's another one over there, just basically right
Mhm.
above the bench there. And so you can see it's just a wooden bench that's kind of been, again, built into the wall, attached there with a old wooden chair there. And it looks like there's a few different things scattered around here. There's some screws and some nuts and bolts and screwdrivers and a few things more of that nature. But it looks like whoever was last here was doing some kind of art project, maybe. There's like these, well, it kind of looks like a doll, except it looks like someone took like corn husks and kind of tied them together into this shape so it looks like a little person, little arm sticking out there, and they've kind of attached some little buttons to make it look like eyes. And there's a few of these there. And it's all kind of old corn husk, so it's crackly and makes that noise.
Definitely picks it up. Like, picks up one of them.
Yeah, it's
just like
crackly. There's, it's super light. Doesn't seem to be anything in there or anything. It's just the corn husks that have been tied together with twine and had these buttons attached to it.
I kind of I think like jokingly like wave the arm, and then we'll sit it back.
That's basically all you find there.
Mm-hmm. I then immediately kill as many lights as possible, now knowing where they are.
Okay.
And I just go, hey, Mallory, you recognize this thing?
What?
You gotta come down here, dude.
You can go. I can finish putting the food away.
Okay. I'm gonna go make sure he's not fucking around with anything he's not supposed to.
You know he is.
I know he is, and that this is a bad gut feeling about this. But it's Justin, and I'd rather not let him burn the house down before we even spend one night here. So, I am going to go down the stairs then, very slowly, cautiously, I might add, because I anticipate some kind of tomfoolery, if not trying to grab my ankle from like the stairs is more likely, and also I don't want to trip. But I am more concerned about him fucking around with something he's not supposed to.
The stairs creak and groan as you go down them. It's old wood, but they seem sturdy enough. Doesn't flex any more than you would expect it to. Nothing grabs your ankle from underneath, but it is awfully dark.
Okay.
The only light right now is the one at the top of the stairs.
Okay. What, Justin? What do you need to show me?
Just dead silence for like a solid 10 seconds. And is going to try to like scare her by jumping out at her.
He absolutely terrifies me. I'm not even gonna. I don't need to roll. That's terrifying.
We need one.
Like I like the idea of just taking like one of the wrenches and just like throwing it over at the other side, so like it makes like a clapping sound.
Like away
so
from
she
me,
looks
right,
the
James?
opposite direction. Oh yeah. But like, so she's looking in the opposite direction and then just like jump out, like try to like bear hug her, essentially.
Okay, I turn to look at the direction of the wrench, and then the minute I see out of the corner of my eye something coming towards me, I'm gonna swing. Absolutely.
You can throw a frailty check.
Love
Me or
this
her?
for me. That's a 5. A 5. And a 2. God damn it. Okay, that's a.
So
Is that a
Just
fail?
meets it, doesn't beat it. So
as Justin lunges out of the darkness, and you get that instinctual kind of throw there, it connects, but it just kind of glances off. By that time, he's already too close to you, and there's nothing really you can do there. And well, now you seem to be in a bear hug by this interesting individual who you love so much.
get off of me, Justin. What the fuck?
I'm fine.
You scared the shit out of me. Get off of me. I'm gonna.
I let go.
Why was that necessary?
It was funny.
It was not. No, that was not funny. I could have
That was
like
hilarious.
had a heart attack. Do you know that I could have had a heart attack?
You're like 20. You're not gonna have a heart attack.
You don't know that. You're not a doctor.
You're right about that. I'm not a doctor, but I do know that.
Did you actually have something to show me? Like
Oh yeah, I found more food.
in the basement.
Oh yeah, and I go walk over, turn on the light, point out the cans. Like I tried standing in front of it, so like the jars are like covered.
Did
Probably
you?
not the best, but just hoping the larger frame will do it.
I'm gonna go out. You weren't like in the Eagle Scouts or anything, were you, Justin?
No, I was on Little League.
So, okay, we're not eating that. We're not gonna eat that. Come on, let's go back upstairs. Come on.
Canned foods are non-perishable. They don't go bad.
Are they self-canned foods, Rise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very common thing in that part of the country.
No, see,
Pretty much everybody's grandma did it.
self-canned foods are very perishable. Justin,
Oh,
canned foods
my
from
grandma
the
has a lot
store.
of this stuff in her basement, and we are allowed to eat them all the time.
Well, your grandma's there all the time to check the food, but nobody's ever here to check this food, so we probably shouldn't touch it. Maybe that's
All
what they
right.
taught me in Girl Scouts. Also, we just don't eat
Oh,
random
that's cool.
strangers' food. That's just rude.
You're the one who was complaining about the food earlier.
Because I didn't think you brought any, Justin.
I'm sensing the feeling that you don't trust me. or
Yes,
have
that is.
any faith in me or my abilities.
Yep. That is 100% very correct, and I would absolutely tell that to your face.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you literally called me down here to scare me, Justin. Like, of course I don't trust you.
To be fair, it was really funny.
No, Justin. Just like most of what you do, not funny at all. And I am going to turn and walk up the stairs. I am pissed off.
Perfect. So,
Still getting smashed. And then goes up the stairs.
So, first of all, thank you, Neon Lights Roleplay, coming in with a raid there. Just so you guys know, we are playing Locus tonight. It's a horror stream, so if that's not your thing or you have any worries, concerns about being in something that could get a little dicey and I'm not sure what word I'm looking for here, but can get a little scary, just be aware that it is a horror game. So, now, I need everyone to draw a card.
I was hoping you'd forget.
I might have reminded.
Aaron,
Aaron did point out the time to me.
eat myself.
Did you draw Haunt, Elsie? Is that what that face is about?
Yeah.
It might be a continuation. Oh wow, you actually drew a haunt for once.
Yeah. 2. I've got 2.
Holy
This is more.
shit.
There's more
That's a
haunts than I
record.
ever drew in a whole month. I know.
Spoiler alert, I also drew a Haunt, so I'm also at 2.
Dino, what about
Great.
you?
I'd cut it. Sorry, go ahead.
You're muted.
I drew neither a haunt nor a virtue.
Okay, neutral. James.
I got a neutral, my guy.
All right.
You good?
So, you're good. So glad about
Okay.
this time. Emma you're getting back to the cabin. The sun is starting to go down. It is starting to get a little darker. Fireflies are starting to come out. You see them moving through the trees all around the cabin. And the sounds are starting to change from those day birds to more night birds, the whippoorwills and such. And but you could come back to a cabin with lights, and as you come in, is Lily still reading?
She had started probably by this time, yeah, because she's unloaded all the food into the refrigerator, and is probably just perched on the couch, feet up.
Okay.
The real fun doesn't start until after dark.
What's Justin and Mallory doing once they come back up?
I probably went to go grab like just a beer, cause it fucking scared the crap out of me. I need a break. And also, it did not cross my mind that might be the first place Justin would go to get a drink too. But I would be trying to stay as far away from him as I can.
Justin, I need you to roll an ignorance check.
Oh, I'm not so good in that one.
Oh, barely passed.
You suddenly remember why you went down to the basement to begin with.
Oh, the music! I go back down the stairs.
No music. There's also no radio.
Wait, that is weird. Could have sworn I heard music. Ah, whatever.
I think Justin's just gonna be like, somebody probably is playing music somewhere else through like a Walkman or something, trying to like fuck with them.
Okay.
I mean, if there's no radio, by your music, it's like
No
yeah,
radio, no
you ain't the
music
brightest
now.
in the fucking land.
All right. So you're all back here. Crack open a beer, whatever the case may be. Maybe throw some hot dogs on that stove out there. Sun's going down. Pretty dark outside. You can see the shadows and everything. How late we staying up? A long car trip. Started early.
Probably as late as I can keep my eyes open. I mean, probably took a nap in the car if I wasn't driving, so I'm good to go.
So is everybody drinking?
I'd one
Just-
beer. Maybe two.
Justin has like a clear like liquid. It's actually water because Justin refuses to drink actual alcohol. But yeah, he's gonna pretend like it's really, really strong vodka.
Lily is definitely drinking.
Yeah, Emma's going to attempt to make a cocktail of some sort of what they have available, because the disastrous attempt to drink vodka straight. So
I'm not sure that whatever you can make with what a bunch of college kids brought with them is going to be much better, to be honest. But yeah,
You know what? We've got some Kool-Aid, we've got some vodka. We can, totally can make something work.
New Coke.
New Coke.
We got new Coke.
all right,
So
new
Justin,
Coke and
I'm sure
vodka
there's
is
a
vile.
Crystal Pepsi.
Deeply.
We gotta
Aaron,
work
as
with
a
what we
real
got,
person,
Emma.
would rather chug like Fleshman's vodka than drink vodka and new Coke together. Horrifying.
Never had it, so I bet it's great.
Maybe Emma just doesn't know that all alcohol can be hidden in
Yeah.
something. Maybe they think that it all tastes bad.
So as you're sitting there and talking and drinking or whatever the case is, Justin, you go to take a drink from your glass, and it's not a new glass or anything. You've been drinking from it a little bit, and that drink, that was not water you just tasted. That was fiery and biting, and that was very clearly some kind of strong alcohol that just hit your mouth.
Damn. Did I actually trade glasses with someone? This is way stronger than the one I mixed.
I don't think you can get much stronger than straight vodka, Justin.
Yeah, mix it with gin.
I mean, this one still has my lipstick on it, so
It's fine. Just weird.
Still taste it.
Yeah, it's gross. You know what? I'm gonna go inside. Go grab something else. It's just tastes bad, and we'll pour it out, and
I mean,
we'll go back inside.
What? Justin, I would have drank it.
Oh, it's good to feed nature. They need the water.
That's.
Or buy a bunch of trees. So it's
Wait,
good for them.
Have you been drinking water this whole time?
What? No.
You just said.
Liquid is good for the trees because then they do the photosynthesis thingy.
That's
Where,
a
they
big
take
word,
water
Justin.
and it goes into the roots, and then then they take the sun and that goes into the leaves, and then it fucking grows. So what?
It's still just a waste of alcohol.
I think after hearing that, Emma considers the disgusting new Coke and vodka and is just like, fuck this, and downs it.
Oh god, this fucking taste is gross. I'm gonna go inside and go clearly make sure like he double checks the water. Like it is water.
Yep, that's water.
All right, I'm gonna take it, and then gonna grab like a few buns and stuff, and just like and takes the shitty like really crappy paper plates he brought, and just gonna like start handing out food.
Okay.
But is very cautious now of drinking like anything.
You head back outside. It's pretty much dark by this point. You do
Oh yeah,
have
shade's still on, by the way. I would like to make that a note.
all right.
I don't
You do have the light
care.
overhead. Moths and other night bugs kind of fluttering around it. Every once in a while, you get a bat that flies by, swooping down to catch a moth or something, and it's gone. Just a quick flutter and flicker.
Oh, cool.
So is everybody out there? Emma as well? Mallory? Lily?
Oh, if there's bats, hell fucking yes.
Probably got a little fire going, like a fire
Yeah.
pit.
Little
Yeah,
fire
there's
pit.
there's a nice little ring out there, stones that obviously people have used for it in the past. It's, crackling and popping. Oh, excuse me. So, Mallory, you hear something, and sounded like somebody whistling.
From which direction?
Seems to be kind of towards the road.
Okay. Is it like a whistle, like a just like a standard whistle, or like a tune whistle?
Like a tune. Like, just nothing recognizable. But it's definitely some kind of melody.
My head jerks towards the noise, and I'm just kind of like, what? Try to see if I see anybody, and then if I don't, look to everybody else and try to gauge whether anybody else saw anything, or not saw anything, or heard anything.
See anything at the moment. You still hear it. It's quiet, but it's there.
Did you guys hear a whistle?
No?
Okay.
It could have been the hot dogs.
Didn't eat a hot dog, Justin, but
No, when you cook them, like it releases some juices. So sometimes, like a broth,
no.
sometimes
No,
it whistles if it gets too
I
hot.
would call that more of a sizzle than a whistle.
It didn't sound like that. It sounded like somebody whistling. It's fine.
Justin-
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's probably a bird. Or a bat. It's nothing.
Could be an owl.
Emma, you're kind of starting to hear that too now. It does sound like somebody whistling, and kind of mixed in there, you hear like the crunch of like boots in the dirt. Sounds like someone's maybe walking towards you.
Aaron so knows better than to do this, but Emma doesn't.
Fuck it, we ball.
She's gonna try and match the whistle.
Okay. Stops. As do the sound of footsteps. And then you just hear oh, hey. Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to disturb you. All right, if I walk up?
Yeah, totally.
I guess that's a yes now for all of us. Thanks.
Like, we have
You're
extra food and drinks, like, sure.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a yes for all of us, but if we're saying yes, I guess so.
So the footsteps pick up again, and And before too long, you see someone kind of walk out of the dark and get close enough that the light from your fire and the lights on the house kind of start picking him out. It's a man. Probably, well, kind of hard to tell. Maybe in his 20s, maybe in his 30s. It looks like, honestly, he's been outside so much that it's kind of distorted and changed to whatever age he might be. You get those people that are just outside so much, their skin just kind of looks weathered and kind of dark, tan, that never really goes away, that makes it hard to tell just how old they are. He's dressed in, well, definitely well-worn clothes, t-shirt and jeans, some fairly heavy-looking boots. Got a bag slung over one shoulder, just looks like an old backpack. Honestly, probably some kind of army surplus thing from the looks of it. It's that kind of faded olive green that just screams, this used to be military.
Quick GM question. Like, how isolated is our cabin? Like, is it?
You haven't
or is
seen
this like
anything else in the time. It was probably hour and a half, 2 hours between the time you last saw anything and the time you arrived to the cabin. So you're out in the hills pretty far. And obviously those times are kind of distorted because the roads are so curvy and windy, it takes longer. But you're definitely not really near anyone else.
Yeah. Are you lost?
Oh, no. I suppose to be lost, you'd have to be headed somewhere in particular. For those of us who just like to wander, kind of hard to get lost. But yeah, I didn't realize there was anybody out here. Usually this place is all buttoned up and quiet. So I usually just walk on through. It's a nice shortcut back to some fields and such in that direction. Didn't mean to disturb anybody. And y'all family of the folks own it?
No, not really.
I was gonna glance at Lily and be like, it's my aunt and uncle's cabin.
Well, anyways, y'all look like you're having a good time. Did somebody say something about food? I mean, I don't
you
want to
hungry?
rules or nothing, but it's
Yeah.
go for a spot to eat for sure.
Well,
If that's all right.
Cool thing
I
to
mean-
do.
Do you like
Well,
hot
certainly.
dogs?
Absolutely. Who doesn't? Use every piece of the pig that ain't used elsewhere.
And we got standard pepperoni rolls too, of course.
Oh, that's of course. You gotta have them around here, right? That just shows you Locus. But yeah, so he kind of comes closer into the fire and see his hair is dark black, but kind of speckled with like a little bit of what looks like early gray. And he kind of turns to look at each of you in turn with a smile and looks at you, Mallory, and you can see that those eyes are dark green. And you can see how the light kind of glistens on them and look very luminous for a moment. And that's a trick of the light. Passes and
Probably.
goes back and settles down with a hot dog, and he pulls a metal flask out of his shirt there as he's, or not shirt, out of his off of his belt where he had it hanging. Offers it around if anybody wants.
Thanks. I've got my own though.
That's a good call then.
Cheers him as I take a drink.
Yep. Actually, I'm gonna roll a d6 really fast. My drink is empty. I will take a swig.
You
I got a
can
1 on a
tell.
d6, so.
You can tell before it actually gets all the way up. You can just smell how strong that is. That is whatever he's got in there. That is potent. And once that hits your tongue, you can feel that fire going down your throat and your belly, and it's causes you to catch your breath. That
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
that
I'm not
is-
used to drinking something like that, so I'd be like, I wouldn't spit it out like Emma, but
He just kind of grins at you and takes the flask back. A friend of mine makes that.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely homemade. Yeah,
Absolutely, it is. That's the best way to do it. You make everything at home. Live by what you know. So what brings y'all out here? I don't think I've ever seen any else. Generally, I know everybody hangs around these parts.
Does that mean you're around these parts often?
I pass through fairly regular. It's one of my favorite places, to be honest. Quiet, serene.
spring break.
Yeah.
Spring break. Oh, y'all are college students then. Ain't that fascinating? Never went myself. Was yeah, just never seen the appeal personally. But oh, that's great. Y'all looking to make something of yourselves.
Trying to.
From up about Charleston, Huntington. Can't say I really know too much about the schools, so to speak, but I figure it's a big city. Gotta be something like that there, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
No, we go to a smaller school. We're not big city folk.
Okay, I see. Well, I do thank you for the food. I don't want to be in position or nothing. It was nice to meet y'all.
Sorry, before you go, I was wondering, you said the reason I asked if you've wandered around here a lot, there was a unkept gravestone in the woods. Do you know anything about that? It's kind of sad to see it alone there and not taken care of.
Oh, you mean the cross back there?
Yeah, the one that just says beloved on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a story there if you're looking to hear it.
I'd love to hear it, actually.
You see, well, probably 50, 60 years ago at this point. Back in the day, there actually was some folks that lived out here. I mean, I say that, it was really just one little place and a couple that lived there. A man and a woman by the name of Jed and Liza. And they lived off the land out here, kept to themselves. Did their best to kind of be one with the area and maintain it. Jed did his hunting. Liza did a little farming. They had a little vegetable garden out here. And they were happy. Kept to themselves. And then one year, well, it was a bad winter. And more Liza got sick out there. You know how it is. It's cold. They didn't have electricity. They had nothing like that. All they had was the fire, and sometimes it just wasn't enough. And that cold seeps into your bones and settles in, and sometimes you can't get rid of it. And by the time spring rolled around, well, Liza was pretty much done. She was too weak to keep going, and one day she just didn't wake up. No, Jed. Well, that was his the love of his life, and basically he considered that his reason to keep going. He decided to dig her a final place out here in the middle of the woods where she loved to be. Buried her right there, and that stone. So the stone, it was there to begin with. But he took his tools out there and every day for Lord knows how long. He hacked and hammered and chiseled at that thing and broke pieces off, scraped at it and polished it. Till finally it was in the shape he wanted. He could carve that one word in there. You know, that was about it. I think that was not the last anyone heard of him was that. So a pastor came up looking for him. Jed showed him the cross. That was the last anyone saw of him. He just kind of disappeared after that. I don't think anyone really knows what happened.
Too bad. I hope he and her don't mind. I cleaned it up a little bit and left some flowers. It seems sad to leave it in that state.
I think he would appreciate that. You know, that's a very kind thing for you to do. The world needs more kindness, don't they? What was your name again?
I'm Emma.
Emma? I may not be Jed. I'm sure he's long gone by now, but as someone who does, tend to these parts, thank you very much.
No problem. The dead deserve as much respect as the living do, in my opinion.
Couldn't agree more. Well then, I suppose I'll be making my way. Have a good night, you. We'll
Good night.
grab his bag and kind of smile at you again, and then walk on past the cabin like he's heading back into the woods on the other side.
We can all admit that was pretty fucking weird, right?
It was kind of weird.
Definitely weird.
You're
Absolutely
all,
100%.
right, you're all from here, right? He's probably a Shiner. Like, get over it.
It's a long way to walk in between places.
Hmm. And
Especially in the
after saying you're a wanderer and then saying you're around these parts a lot, I mean,
Okay. He seemed nice to me, that's all I'm saying.
You can be nice and weird,
It's true. Thank you.
but it's still weird. Like, we should go inside weird.
yeah.
I don't think it was that bad.
Okay,
I'm
you
just
can stay
saying.
out here, Justin. You could.
Well, if we're
You
all
went
going
that way.
inside, I'll go back inside as well. But I'm just saying, like, we built this fire. We're still eating, still drinking. I'm just saying. Like, it's
Well,
a lot
some of us
setup
are
for only,
drinking.
like half an hour.
Some of us are drinking, Justin, with your vodka, right?
I don't know what you're trying to imply there.
So you gather up your things, put out the fire, head on inside for the night. And that is where we are going to take a break and stretch our legs and all that fun stuff. And we should be back here in just a few minutes. So please come back and join us for whatever's going to happen next.
Why are we talking
Welcome
about
back.
planets?
We are playing Locus tonight, so just to give everybody another heads up, this is a horror game So if anybody has any issues with those kind of situations or possible scary situations, please make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and we are taking care of each other out here. So when we last left, everybody had gone back into the cabin for the night after the arrival of the strange hiker, shall we say, who shared a little story about the grave marker that Emma had found in the woods, and then went on his way. After, of course, availing himself of the group's food. So at this point, either between the alcohol, the fatigue of just driving all day, or just the lateness of the hour, we find that everybody is kind of dropped off, with Emma, Mallory, and Lily all heading into their respective rooms, and we're assuming Justin is passed out on the couch, as was the plan, unless something has changed.
Contemplates going to bug Mallory and just kind of be like a jerk. And it's gonna go like get all the way up to her door, start like about to knock, and just goes, "Nah, she drank. Let's not do that." And then goes back to the couch and will pretend to sleep.
So as y'all tuck yourselves in and night comes down, it's very quiet. Did you keep the generator on?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you do hear the generator kind of quietly buzzing out there, but even that kind of seems to fade. You just hear the occasional call of a night bird. Hear that whippoorwill out there, maybe an owl. You hear the crickets back there, kind of singing in counterpoint. That light chirp seems to invade the stillness. And before you know it, you've dropped off. So Lily, you're asleep. You're sure of it. Because what you're seeing is not something that you've ever known about. But you find yourself kind of standing at the edge of the room that you went to sleep in. You're looking in. And you see the little desk and the bed and everything, but at the desk is a girl. She's got blonde hair, pulled back into a couple of pigtails, a little summer dress on. She's writing to beat all in that little leather-bound book. And the feeling, it's got to be the girl who's writing in the diary, right? You know, it's probably just a mix of the alcohol and however much you read of that diary, but it's definitely what comes to mind. But as you watch, time seems to skip. She's just a touch bit taller now. Instead of those two cute little pigtails, she's got her hair pulled back into a long ponytail coming straight out the back. The light's different too, but she's still right. Got that pen locked in that grip, and it's going and going. Time skips again. She's older now. Closer to your own age, but still not quite there. 14, maybe 15. High school age for sure. She's got a jacket on. Letter jacket kind of thing. Can't quite make out what there's a patch on the arm there, but you can't quite make it out, see what it says. It's green and white, blue colors. And the piping and trim of that jacket. And you start hearing a voice. She's still writing, but it's like you can hear what she's writing. And at first it's, the same old, same old. I saw Jimmy today, and boy did he look good. That kind of thing. It goes on for a little while, and then she starts. I talked to Mrs. Samuelson today about getting into the pre-nursing program at school. That way I can get a jump on everybody else before we get to college, and I can get in there and make sure I get into that program. And she talks for a little bit, talking about how much she really wants to get into nursing. She wants to work with little kids. Not necessarily in like the birthing unit, anything like that nature, but in pediatrics probably. And that's the goal. Time skips again. She's a little bit older now. Maybe 18. She's almost full grown at this point, you figure. Hair's pulled into one of them side ponytails, one bright blonde and tied up with a little blue ribbon. She's still got that leather jacket. She's still writing hell bent for leather in that journal. You can still hear that voice talking about how much she's excited because she's got them qualifying tests coming up so that she can get into the program, so she can start her career, get on that nursing track so that she can really get out there and do what she loves. Take care of people, take care of kids. That's the goal, it's the life dream. Time skips again. She looks about the same age, maybe a little bit older. Things have changed. Her hair's kind of frazzled and messy. Looks like it hasn't seen a brush or a comb in probably a few days. No leather jacket anymore, just a kind of weather-beaten old t-shirt, pair of jeans. And she's still writing, but she's kind of hunched forward over that journal. You hear the scratching of the pen, and you hear that voice again, like those words are being projected out into the air. And it's all despair now, heartbreak and anger, because she didn't make it. Fiery dreams, ash on the tongue. She got turned down, rejected. No nursing school for her. What am I to do with myself? It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I wanted. I'm not good enough. Couldn't do it.
I'm gonna reach out and try and grab the book off of the table. She's writing in it.
You reach out, and your hand touches that book, and the world seems to shift around you. And you're not standing there anymore. Not in that room. The book's gone, the girl's gone. Instead there's an older lady. Looks awfully similar though. Almost assuredly her mother, maybe an aunt. Seems about the right age. Looks far too familiar to be anything other than a relative of that girl. She's sitting on a bench, a wooden one. It's like next to a park of some kind, but she's kind of hunched forward, her head in her hands, and you can see tears coming down her eyes, rolling down those cheeks. And as you're standing there, she looks up and she looks like she looks straight at you. And the world goes black. It's all gone. Justin.
What's up?
You sprawl out over the couch. All your weights and everything just kind of scattered around the floor like you moved in and span of 10 seconds and made this place into your own room back at school.
Well, that's what happens when I don't get a room. You know, it's just, you gotta make do.
And you managed to fall asleep in a position that everybody else would have thought completely impossible, or felt like they probably would have woke up the next day with cramps so bad they wouldn't have been able to move. But pass out you do. It's dark, and the next thing you know, you're home. Not necessarily where you live now, but where you grew up. That's your parents' house. You know that wallpaper, you know that couch. You know that smell in the air. You know that sound of a can popping. That sound that has just been so big a part of your life. Not because you've opened a lot of cans, but because someone else has. You hear a voice. Hey boy, what are you doing?
Nothing. I was actually about to head out.
Head out? Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Me and the boys were gonna just go out, you know, hang out in the woods.
Hang out in the woods. That's your big goddamn plan. Why don't you do something fucking useful? You go out there and mow that grass, do something. Goddamn waste of my time out here.
But Dad, it rained, so like it messed up the mower.
You think I can't see that it fucking rained out there, boy?
No, I
You calling me stupid?
No, I never. You're like the smartest guy I know.
Fucking. You know what? Why don't you just go? Just get the hell out of here, just like she did. You ain't no goddamn use to me here. I don't need you around here.
Fuck are you going on about?
Fuck did you just say to me? You just raise your voice at me, boy.
No, I'm sorry.
There's a violent motion. You hear the can slam against the wall. Spill everywhere. You hear the metal crunch as it impacts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you fucking are. Sorriest goddamn thing I ever seen. And you hear the sound of the chair creaking as he stands up. You hear that body weight shift. And footsteps move forward. And the world goes black. Emma.
Oh, fuck me. Yep, that's me.
I know that feel.
You've gone to sleep in this surprisingly comfortable bed, to be honest. You may be out in a cabin out in the middle of the woods, but apparently they didn't cheap out on the mattresses they bought. You find yourself back in the living room of this cabin. And no one else is there. You see James, Justin's weights and such still scattered around. There's, a few empty beer cans sitting over on the counter of the kitchen. It looks basically like it did before you went to bed, and you went to bed, but somehow you're back right out here sitting on the couch where Justin was supposed to be sleeping. There's a fire going over in the fireplace. It's the only light in the room right now.
Does that mean I don't? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Does that mean I don't hear the generator going right now?
You actually do not hear the generator going right now. You don't really hear much of anything out, honestly. I mean, you hear yourself breathe. You hear it's like creak of the springs in the couch when you shift a little bit. Other than that, nothing really. You notice that deer mounted on the wall over there, one that you were looking at when you first arrived, and you were talking about how good a job that the taxidermist did on that particular mount. It seems a little different now. It takes you a second. You're kind of pondering it, and you realize that is not the same color that it was. It seems darker now.
She'll come closer to get a better look at it. Kind of assuming that maybe Justin's dumbass spilled something on it or did something to it and ruined it.
Get a little closer, and the color of that fur is different for sure. It gets darker. It's not the normal light brown that you would expect of a whitetail around here. It almost looks at first kind of almost like it had mildewed. You get like this dark greenish black color from mildew sometimes, but no, the fur itself is different. And then you notice the antlers. It's got lines all across those antlers. Can't quite tell. Is that carved?
She'll lean in closer and if she can't get her eyes on it, she'll try to feel across it to see lettering or not.
You reach up and run your hand across that antler, and something's carved there, but it don't feel like letters. No letters that you know, anyway. Swirls and lines and symbols, some kind. It feels warm, far warmer than any dead thing ought to feel. And then it tilts and it shifts, almost like the head is moving on the neck. You step back as that mounted deer head turns towards you as best it can. And you know from that angle, it shouldn't be able to move its head at that angle as it tilts further and turns further to follow you. And that eye Did you know taxidermy? You know that's not the real eye that should be in there. But Lord, is that moving like it's real. It looks real, it's wet. You can see the glistening as it focuses on you. And you see it spark down deep in that darkness. Just faint green, luminous. Like firefly that's been smashed against a rock and spread across it. Those eyes lock on yours. That mouth starts to open. And then you hear the sound of an explosion. And the world goes dark. Mallory,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Me or Mallory?
Either one.
I'm alright. I probably went to sleep too.
So you did. You fall asleep. Sound of crickets and birds lull you into that restful place. Oh, if we touch alcohol, you know. And you're walking. You're walking down a road that you know. There was a time you walked this road quite a bit. You know these buildings around here. You know this place, these people. You know that over there, that's Phi Sigma. You know that's who owns that building. That's the fraternity over there. They throw a hell of a party. But that's not where you're going. You know where you're going. You're not alone. You got some company this time. As he walks beside you with that same weathered skin and those faintly luminous green eyes. Bag still slung over one shoulder as he walks beside you. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of glances over at you every once in a while with a little smile. You walk towards that building that you once wanted so badly to be part of, to be inside, to be in the in group, to be part of that world. Next thing you know, you're inside. And there's a hell of a party going on. This is a rager. The beer's flowing. You got girls, you got guys, you got everything in between. And everybody is having one hell of a time. And there you are. Across the room. Talking to the person who should have been your best friend. Who you should have taken care of and known. And you watch as you talk to your friend from afar. And you separate and you go off to talk to other people, and you see her go off and she's talking to a group of people, and you see yourself leaving. You watch from across the room as you head out, as that past you heads out the door, back out into the night with whoever you were with, to do whatever you were going to do then, leaving your buddy there alone. Well, not alone. She's there with all those other girls, and as they gather up and they start heading down into the basement. Because that's where the tests are, right? Everybody goes down into the basement, and you and the walking man follow. This part you never saw before because you weren't there. Because Mallory decided Mallory didn't need to be there anymore. They go down and there's candles everywhere and they start doing their tests. You know, how long can you stand on one foot on top of that chair? How much of this can you drink at once? Tell us secrets, whatever kind of things they can come up with on the spot to test their new recruits, their rushes for the sorority. You get to know them and test their limits. You know, ain't long before it starts getting worse. There's a freezer in the basement for this particular sorority because they have their own kitchen. This is where they store things. It's a big walk-in, real nice. And so they got these 4 girls, that are wanting to get into this sorority. Well, you got to be able to take it, be able to stand the cold shoulder, stand on your own. And so all 4 of them stripped down, naked as the day they was born. And that freezer door is shut behind them. See if they can take it. How long did they leave them in there? Long enough. Because the next day there were only 3 instead of those 4. But Mallory had gone and left. You turn and look, and the walking man's just looking at you. No expressions, eye to eye. And then the world goes black. So, I need everyone to make... Let's do a temper check for everybody, and this is for stress.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh man.
Oh, that's a success.
Okay. Alright. It's up to 3 when you spend a willpower, right? Depending on how stressed you are.
Yeah, what is this? Is this easy? Is this hard?
It's medium.
Yeah.
Stress
it's
checks
medium?
people to medium.
Okay.
Okay.
Still good.
Yeah, same. I have to get higher than my number, right?
Yes.
How much
Yes.
do I spend to reroll all 3?
You spend 3 will, and then you can reroll a die. Sorry, you could reroll
what?
entirely. Sorry, you spend 3 will, you reroll entirely.
It wouldn't.
But you could spend individual points to raise.
I'd have to.
So, at
No, I
base,
failed it.
at base stress, you should be able to spend, I believe it is 1 will per die.
I passed.
You passed?
Okay, so is it base then?
Yeah, because you haven't taken any stress yet.
Oh, you know what? Then I will reroll all 3. Because I have that power in me, and it's a one-shot, and...
So your
It's
base
so
is
brilliant.
uneasy.
Snippet you make before you die. Just be like, it's a one shot. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. It's a failure.
So you take a level of stress, and everybody else passed?
Yeah.
Here. Okay. And everybody needs to draw a card.
We start at uneasy and we start at none.
You start at uneasy, I believe. Yes.
Okay, great. Love this for me.
I'm muted.
I'm-
I drew another haunt. I am at 3. Oh, actually, you also subjected me to my haunt in that scene. I should draw one there as well, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I drew
Still
a
3.
haunt, by the way.
Okay.
I'm at 3 haunts as well.
I drew a neutral and a virtue because I also was subjected to my haunt. So what? That's 3 willpower when you draw virtue.
Oh,
Correct.
straight up. I can't read. That's. Guys.
I'm at 11 willpower.
Oh,
Just letting you know.
2 hero points.
So that's an additional 6.
You started at 5.
Guys, I did not draw a second haunt that one time. I was a virtue. Now I have 2 virtues, so I have 6 more points.
No monsters for you. They're all for me.
It's Mallory all over again. You just didn't read
Who's
the cards the whole. Not Mallory.
Mallory
Miranda.
all over again? You mean Madeline? You mean
Yes, the horrible
Miranda?
one. Miranda.
I met Miranda. Madeline was mine. I remember the CEO.
Mm-hmm. What's 8? That's 14. All right, I'm at 14 willpower.
Jesus Christ. It is Miranda
Okay.
all over again. Good luck killing her, by the way. It took me forever.
Killed myself. Thank you very much.
The sun comes up early the next day. And like I said, you got lots and lots of windows of this place, so that sun is coming in and waking you up. How we doing this morning?
Lily wakes up just before the sun comes up with the startings of a panic attack. She goes searching frantically for that book and through that book to see if what she drunkenly dreamed about is farther in that she hasn't read yet.
It's easy to find. It's right where you left it. You go flipping through those pages, I assume towards the back, and you flip through and you find stuff that you didn't read before, that nothing you heard but in that dream, but then you start finding pages that line up with that dream, and you start seeing those words, and you can hear them again in that girl's voice. And then it gets to that last part. You find the last page she wrote on, and those were her words. And you're seeing them right now in front of your bodies. Real as anything.
I start ripping out the pages that mention nursing school or nursing exams. And at this point, she's crying, but not because she's sad. It's that point when your anxiety is so high, you just don't have anything else to do with that energy but cry.
She just like me, for real.
And just rips out all of those. And it's not like quiet sobbing, but it's not like overly dramatic, and rushes through the cabin with the papers that she ripped out, goes out to the fire pit, tries to light it so she can burn these motherfuckers.
Okay. I'm assuming Lily is probably not overly quiet in this process.
Lily's not usually really quiet ever.
Okay. Go ahead and do a medium temper check for me real quick.
I will note that Justin has woken up at like 5 a.m. and is doing laps around the
I failed.
the cabin.
That is the level of stress. Okay, yeah.
Now
So
wait,
Justin-
what did you guys say about willpower?
You can
To
spend
reroll.
them to reroll. It's one because we're at our base. You can spend
Nah.
1 point to reroll 1 die up to 3.
One shot.
Lily's-
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna re-roll all 3 of them.
Okay.
Hey, that's a pass.
All right. You managed to keep your cool to some degree. So, what is Emma doing?
So does she wake up in her room?
Yep.
I assume. Perfect. So yeah, she'll get up and just kind of decide that putting on the whitest foundation and eyeliner is not worth it right now with the hangover she probably has since it's her first time ever getting drunk, and just kind of saunter out of her room. But with what she assumes was a dream, deep in her mind, she's going right to that deer head and like getting close to it to like try to look directly into its eyeballs again.
Made of glass. Regular old glass. Nothing special. The same color as you would expect a deer to look.
She'll just do a gentle little pat on the nose, and then Lily went outside to burn the papers, not because we do have a fireplace indoors.
There is a fireplace.
Okay.
That's not where she went, though.
Okay. Yep. That's what I was checking.
Lily specifically went outside. It's actually about that time. I'm picturing Emma kind of over here looking at this thing, and you kind of hear Lily just tear ass and through the house behind you on the way outside.
Is Lily doing the I'm having a full panic attack crying while running?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Emma sees that and immediately follows. What the fuck? Are you okay? What did Justin do?
Justin's on the couch right there.
For 2 fucking seconds. Justin doesn't hear that because he's not at this side of the fucking cabin yet.
He's on the other side of the cabin at this.
Yeah. No, that's
He has a Walkman like currently going right now, so he's like he's listening to the Spring Break mix on the.
I'm just saying, given the situation, that's her first assumption.
So Mallory,
sorry.
I just want to get everybody going here. What is Mallory doing upon waking up?
If I woke up at any point during that night after everything faded to black, I would have not slept again. That is not what I remember happening or being told happened. That is not anything in my memory that I saw on paper, on the news, at the funeral, nothing. And it was so realistic to her that she's not gonna go back to sleep. In fact, she's gonna go find Justin. With a very purposeful, find Justin, not a go yell at Justin, find Justin.
Okay. So surprisingly, you actually sleep like a baby for the rest of the night. You don't wake up until the morning, and actually Justin's already awake. First, you actually hear him go running past your window. You hear that, nice steady jog as he goes past. So you pretty much know where he's at. You make it to your door just in time to see Emma disappearing out the front door, calling after Lily. Lily, of course, is immediately gone to the fire ring, managed to stir up an ember or two, and is setting stuff on fire.
What Emma would hear is she's kind of Lily is a little too in her head still right now. But she is muttering under her breath, "This isn't possible. This can't be. But I gotta get rid of it anyways. I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah,
it can't exist anymore."
I think Emma's wanting to comfort, but poor social skills. So it's like it's this kind of like teeter, like I wanna help my cousin, but just like so like I think when Mallory comes outside, goes by, she's just watching Emma rock back and forth, trying to decide how in the fuck to comfort someone properly.
Mallory going out after Justin.
Yeah.
He's not hard to find.
I want to just kind of flag him down as he laps. Like, to come talk to me. Pretty obviously, like flagging him down, trying to get his attention. You gonna pay attention to me?
Sure, that's a good question. Hold on, I'm gonna roll.
Mm-hmm. Does he notice?
He
yeah,
noticed. It's pretty.
Oh,
I mean, you're obvious.
Okay.
Just takes off the headphones. It is currently playing Dancing in the Dark.
Good song. So really weird question, Justin.
Oh, I'm down for weird questions.
Yeah. Not that weird.
Oh, okay.
You remember that night at the sorority party?
Oh, yeah, I do.
And you were like
Did
being a
not
really
go
big
well for
dick.
me.
Yeah, it did not. It didn't. You were being a huge dick.
One would think that would be called charisma.
Inappropriate
Keep going.
use of the word. I'll give you that. Did not take it as charismatic, but that's not
I
why.
meant everything I said as a true compliment. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. Keep talking.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm thinking actually how to ask this because I had a really, really weird dream last night. It kind of stressed me out a lot. Did you go back to the party when I left?
I mean, I stayed around for a little bit longer, but like not too long. To be honest, like you kind of like yelled at me a bunch, and then I was just like, well, I don't like this feeling, so I had like like 10 more drinks and then I left.
But you went back to the party, like you went back inside.
Yeah, but like it was a giant party.
Did you see when you went back in? You didn't see my friend Dawn, did you?
No, I didn't. I heard she was doing some weird activity thing, and I was like, okay.
What kind of weird activity, Justin?
I don't know. Those sorority girls, they don't tell me shit. It's because my fraternity and her sorority, we're technically like brother, sister, thingy. I don't know. I don't pay attention to it.
Okay. Sorry,
What do
I
you
interrupted your run. It's.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I was on lap 30 anyways, so I was gonna switch to pull-ups next anyways.
It was just
like,
a weird
find a good
dream.
branch and.
You can go do your weird pull-ups then with the branch thing situation. It was.
You good?
I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah. No offense. You're normally a lot more. I don't mean this to sound insulting, but you're normally a lot more bitchy at me. So.
Thank you, Justin. Go do your pull-ups. It's fine. It was just a dream. It was just a dream, and you can go do your pull-ups, and I'm gonna go get breakfast. It's fine. Have fun doing branch pull-ups. Hot dogs are another form of sausage. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. Food for thought when you do your pull-ups. And I'm gonna go back inside.
Justin,
This
as you're
higher.
as this conversation is wrapping up, you kind of turn to look, see if you can go find a nice branch so you can do your pull-ups, and
Hell yeah. A good one with good grip.
you notice that the edge of the woods is a whole lot more busy than it was the day before. The whole, between all the trees going all around where you can see at the edge of the woods, the edge of the, where it was cut away, it's filled with vines. Just towering, tallest blackberry bushes you've ever seen, choking the spaces between the trees and climbing up through the grass. These fat, glistening blackberries and thorns all along them. They stretch all the way around as far as you can see from where you're at. Emma, you notice the same thing from where you're at. Even the drive that you came up on blocked off. It is 7 feet tower of blackberry bushes, all thick and intertwined. There's a thicket surrounding this whole cabin.
I think her brain clocks it, but she's in this midst of like, I have to comfort my cousin, so she clocks the weird blackberry shit and just the darkest part of her brain snaps, and she leans in and is like, I don't know what happened, Lily, but like, I know we're not close. I know I'm the weird cousin, but like, I can help you. We can make whatever this is go away. We're all alone out here. Like, whatever's wrong, we can take care of it together as family.
Lily, as she's standing there watching these papers burn, will reach out for Emma's hand and hold it really tight. And think for a second about what to say. You know, I'd do it all over again, for sure. Even if this really happened. Just because it happened to somebody else doesn't mean it's going to happen to the person I did it to.
What happened? What happened?
I think... So I had this... So you know how I found that diary?
Sure.
Well, apparently the girl who wrote that diary was trying to get into nursing school and didn't get in. And, I don't know, in the dream she kind of, I think, killed herself.
Oh.
And then I woke up and the pages were there and I tore them out and I burned them.
Okay, but you're not her, obviously. Like, this is... And then I think that's when the blackberries settle in, like... I want to keep talking about this, but... And then she'll point to, like, the 7-foot-tall blackberry bushes that are now surrounding them. That wasn't there before.
About that time that Mallory starts coming back around the corner of the house after having talked to Justin. And you see Emma pointing towards this new grown thicket of blackberry bushes.
Do you think they're like poisonous?
When I went for a walk earlier, they were... I had some. They were fine. I mean, well, kind of a staple around here. They were delicious. These are, like, this is not... No, this is... No.
What's no?
Oh, Mallory, look. I mean, look. These
Like
these
the
weren't
bushes.
here. Yeah. These
Oh,
weren't
they-
here yesterday.
They weren't.
Oh, sweetie.
I wasn't really paying attention to the, blackberry bushes. Like I think I went to bed thinking mostly about that really creepy dude who showed up. I mean, I guess that is pretty tall for a blackberry bush, but it's not like it's crawling towards us, right?
As well.
Dear GM, you did say they're blocking the way we came up as well, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
All
Emma will
across the
then
road.
point be like, so we drove through them?
Oh shit!
Oh. I definitely would have remembered that for sure.
Every one of us would
Yeah.
have. Even I assume maybe single digit brain cell Justin would have noticed.
He got into college.
Wait.
He's not a dumbass. Like he did. Like I
It
did
was a
the-
sports scholarship. We all know.
We all know
I mean, it
what
was a
sports
full
scholarships
ride.
classes are like. Like a sports scholarship class is like go watch other people act, okay? Don't at me.
Economics major.
I'm not gonna
He could
to beat around the bush for lack of a better pun here, but I was actually gonna come out here and ask if someone would take me home, and this is kind of like solidifying. Like I really don't want to be here anymore. I had a really bad dream, and that creepy guy was in it, and I don't want to be here anymore. I don't think we should stay.
I mean, I had a weird dream, but not necessarily. I mean, it was bad near the end, but most of it was fine.
You had a bad dream too? Like, how bad was it?
It wasn't that. It was really what it was. We don't need like details. It was mostly okay. It was just a weird one.
I mean, was that guy in it?
No. Why was he in your dream?
Yeah, that's why I want to go. Like, I don't. It was weird vibes. Weird vibes when he came over and talked to us. Nice guy, like you said. Weird vibes. But then I had a dream about him, and like now, he knows where we're at. And now the blackberries are like, they're blocking us. This is not good, and it's making me
Emma.
really nervous.
Emma, you hear what sounds like sound of hooves.
Okay. Does anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
That was in character question.
The fire's crackling.
No. She'll like crane her neck.
Hear what, Emma?
Sounds like hooves.
There's nothing else but the sound of the fire. I don't see. There's like something in the water. It's got to be something in the water.
Lily. And all those pages and stuff you pulled out and threw down in the fire. Looks like there's something else down there now. Looks like a Polaroid. Kind of sitting at the edge of the fire ring, like it had fallen out.
I'm gonna grab it.
Picture of a probably 13, 14-year-old little girl. Blonde hair pulled to the side. Just smiling to beat all. It's got looks like a stethoscope kind of hanging around her neck. She's holding on to it with both hands.
This is like one of them old type Polaroids too.
Yep.
I just put it in my back pocket. Our first instinct is like to try and rip it, but she knows she can't. This isn't just a piece of paper. This is that thick plastic crap.
Mm-hmm.
Can
That stuff is
confirm.
hard to tear up.
It's still hard
Yeah.
to tear up.
It is very hard. So I think she looks at it and she looks at Emma and gets this like look on her face like, the undercurrent of of anxiety starting to build, but it hasn't like gotten to the surface yet. Folds it up real quick, just puts it in her pocket.
Emma probably clocks it, but doesn't say shit about it, given the conversation they had earlier.
What's Justin doing?
I like to imagine that while he was like looking for a branch, he saw the huge wall of the blackberries, and like actually like takes off his shades for like half a second to like fully check it out and just go, I'm pretty sure whatever that disgusting drink was is literal poison. Cool. And is gonna start like jogging back.
Come back around towards the front of the cabin. The other three are all there. You see Lily has just pushed something into her pocket, but you didn't see what it was.
Okay. Guys, don't know if you noticed, there's like a giant like wall of blackberries. Now I say we could eat through it and then drive out of there, but that's a lot of food. Also, why the fuck is there a giant wall of blackberries?
Justin,
What?
just like sometimes your brain tells you things to say and you should not say them before you think about what you're saying.
I don't like being called out in real life, Elsie.
What I'm hearing is that you guys don't see the giant wall of blackberry thorns.
We fucking see them.
I definitely see them.
Okay. Well. Hey, I'm just saying.
Eating them is not going to clear the branches, Justin.
That was a joke, okay? For the record, just a joke.
Cool
It
joke.
sounded like something you would normally say, so sorry I didn't realize it was a joke.
About that time that there is a massive crack of thunder overhead. And you can... It's like the clouds are gathering and darkening so quick that you can see the light fading around you. Like it's just thickening above your head. And that thunder just rolls through.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Like, I think I agree with Mallory. We should. This is weird. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay, let's. Well, Justin, you drove. Let's.
Yeah, grab our stuff first. Yes, I like this plan. So much for fucking spring break and just. And goes back inside, starts like. And it just like waits at the door. It's just like, well, come on.
I'm right after him. Gonna go throw all my stuff back in my bag.
Everybody going?
Yep. Lily didn't really unpack yet because that's just too much effort. She just pulled out like what she needed when she needed it.
Emma didn't bring much in the first place, so whatever she unpacked goes pretty quick.
So it doesn't take too long. Everybody can gather up their things.
Oh no, it's gonna take me a fucking while and a half.
Justin's got to get all the way.
Are we watching Justin trying to load up all the booze and bullshit?
It's
so everybody
back
else.
The keg. It's like getting the meat. It's the way.
Fuck the booze.
Leave the food.
Leave the fucking booze. Let's go.
What, so some teenager can find it? Fuck that.
There's fucking shine sheds all over these hills, okay?
So you gather up your things.
Touch my dumbbells.
Throw everything back into bags. Grab what you can. Head back out. You open that door, and it's about that time that the sky just opens up. Rain comes thundering down. Fat, cold, heavy drops. Feel the impact of every one of them until it's just constant. You look towards the car, and you see the blackberry vines winding around it, curled around the hood, like as if they just suddenly sprouted from underneath it and have grown up around it into this impenetrable cocoon, bristling with thorns and thick, glistening fruit.
Well,
And the rest of the walls come with it.
Yeah. I hate to state the obvious, but don't think we're gonna be driving anytime soon.
No, we're not. And that's not normal.
No.
I didn't say
no.
it was normal. But we gotta be upbeat.
There's gotta.
Stay positive. So keep going.
I positively think we can find a way out.
Exactly. Now you're thinking positive.
You know, yeah.
Mallory,
But, yep.
smell smoke. Wood smoke.
Oh no. From, like the fire in the back? Maybe? Perhaps, Rise?
You look up and there's smoke coming out of that chimney. And that fireplace inside.
Did one of you start a fire and we didn't put it out before we left? Because there's fire going inside?
No, not inside. I think we only started a fire outside.
Well, I mean, we could try to use that to... Well, no, it's raining. Justin, your positivity. What positive ideas do you have for what we can do about this situation? Because there's a fire inside. None of us started. We can't use the car. It's about to literally flood out the roads.
Okay. Positive
buddy.
idea.
Yeah.
All right. We go back inside and figure out why the fuck there's a fire going. Maybe it's something we can easily put out.
No thoughts about who started it. But okay, yep. Let's go back inside.
Are you trying to
Nope.
imply it was me? Because I don't start
No.
fires before we leave places.
I don't think everything... Never...
If you're
I don't
about to
think
say the
most
phrase,
things-
I don't think everything is your fault.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna call
most things
bullshit.
are your fault. I don't think most things are your fault.
Okay, because I've been getting blamed for a lot of shit that wasn't even me.
Let's just go. It's wet. It's cold.
Huh, that's what she said. And let's go inside.
That's not what she should say. Just
Don't just... We're gonna keep fueling it.
See?
Just go
Think
inside. Let's just go inside.
positively.
Let's go inside.
As a group, you step back inside the cabin. The door creaks as you open it. Step back in, and you immediately hear the sound of a roaring fire being in that fireplace. Crackling, snapping. The whole room is warm from the fire, wood fire. A distinctive smell. Pine and oak. And ash. The couch is gone. There's one chair. It's sitting in front of the fireplace now, just a little off to the side. The whole room seems to glow with that fire, like it's reflecting off the floorboards and every other piece of polished wood in here. There's a man sitting in that one chair, and he looks up at you all as you come back in, and You see that glint of green in his eyes. That sun-tanned, well-weathered skin hides his age. Welcome back, children. So good to see you again.
Dude, like, what are you doing in here?
Well, I figured it was about time we had a little chat. Just a little sit down, you know?
No offense. No thank you.
For once, I kind of agree with Justin.
Kind of
I don't-
surprised, to be perfectly honest. I always get the feeling that you two don't agree on much at all.
Normally we don't, but I don't mean to be rude about this, sir, but you're in the cabin that doesn't belong to you after walking up on us last night and then showing up again. Like, we don't know
Now there's
you.
a blackberry wall that's enveloped our car, and it's raining, and it's stormy outside.
Funny you mentioned that, say that word, belonging to, like, some kind of ownership. What was the thing with you? You folks always think everything can be owned, possessed. Like, you just come here and sit down a spell and suddenly it all belongs to you and you can do whatever you want with it. Funny, isn't it? So much guilt in this room. I can just feel it. Can you all feel it? Feel it just eating away. No?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you got the wrong vibes, my dude.
No, Justin, I believe you are correct. Because I don't think that's guilt that eats at you, my friend. I think it's something a little more. I think that's, you know, that feeling you get when you just know that you gotta run away, but you can't, that you're trapped. That there's something there that's not good for you. It just keeps pulling you back, reeling you in like a fish on a line. We'll let you slide off that hook. But I don't think you're alone there. Because I can taste what's going on in this air. And let me tell you, that's guilt. Whether it's deserved or not, it's still there. Like a rat crawling inside and it's just eating away. Like you, Emma. And as he says your name, you hear in your head that sound of hoofbeats. Like hooves on solid packed earth. You know, things happen to you. There's a reason why you're living with your cousin now, ain't there?
That's not my fault.
Isn't it? Do you believe that? I suppose that's the important part. You lying to yourself? Maybe it's just the world you want to lie to. My dear Lily over here. know. It's a different flavor of guilt now, isn't it? I ain't one that you'd take back. 'Cause you like what you got out of it. You enjoy that. It got you where you want to be. But there's doubt. From Miss Mallory. It's not the guilt of doing, it's the guilt of not doing. It's a fear that because you didn't do, something bad happened. Real bad. You'd take it all back again. Good, wouldn't you? But here's the thing. There's no reason that any of y'all have to go back to that. To live with that kind of guilt, anger, and fear. These are the hills, forests, the dark, holy places of the world. Because everyone's welcome here. This is home. All you gotta do is come with me.
I mean, kind of like you said, I'm happy with what I got and where I'm at. Why would I want to stay here? With some guy I met yesterday. I'm not that much of a slut.
Emma will side-eye Lily and be like, that's not a man.
Suppose that depends on your definition of a man then, don't it? Man, woman. How much does that any of that mean? We don't care about that kind of thing here. Not here in the green, dark.
Can I take a look outside before I make my mind up?
You sure can.
So yeah,
Hey,
I was
Rise.
gonna.
You can't use those two terms. Coinciding. Which one is it? Green or dark?
It's both.
Have you heard of the color dark green?
James?
Oh my god. Emma's going to open the door and step outside to see if she could see the thing making the hoof noises she keeps hearing.
You go to try to open the door, and it moves a few inches before it's stopped. You realize that it is bound all around with blackberry vines.
Okay, she'll try to cop a peek then.
You can see snatches through the interweaving vines. See the forest beyond. Don't see much else. It's all wet and rain. The dark spaces underneath the trees. Shoots of leaves.
She'll shut it again and come back. I have an offer, if you'll hear it.
Of course.
I'll stay if you let my cousin go.
That's interesting.
Wait. What do you mean you'll stay? I'm not gonna let you stay.
It's
We're
not your
going in
choice.
some really weird directions right now.
And he kind of leans back and see the fire is behind him. And Emma, for a second, you see. Ooh, I leaned
Oh
too far
no,
back.
he disappeared. You see him
this
disappear.
silhouette kind of changes, and it looks like you see the silhouette of antlers
Okay,
in front
yep.
of the fire, just kind of spreading upwards.
Yeah, she's not going to say anything to anyone about that. This isn't your choice to make, Lily. I don't think we ever caught your name. How would you like to be addressed?
It's always a good question. Been called so many names over the years. Call me what you like. They're all the same. None of them are truly what I just simply am.
When it comes to horned entities, I've always been a fan of Pan, if that's okay with you.
It's as good as any other.
You accept my deal then?
I give the choice to each and every single person. You can stay here and be free. Join us. To be riven from your pain and your anguish, your fear, your guilt. Or you can refuse.
Why do I have the feeling if we refuse, you're just immediately gonna kill us?
He just kind of looks at you. You hear, it sounds like creaking of wood. You look around, you see that one of the windows has kind of been pushed forward and the sill is bent and there are vines starting to slide through the crack.
GM?
Mhm.
Can I, upon hearing the sounds of that crack, just raise my stress level without needing to roll?
Sure.
I don't care if it's self-sabotage. I think that's immediately a PTSD reaction. Just adrenaline pumping, and is gonna like start reaching for what was in his pocket. Shade's still fully on.
So what about you, Mallory? How long will you live with this weight you carry? This story has wrapped itself around your head, feeding those thorns in your mind and your soul. Aren't you ready to be free?
What can we offer to you if we join you? Why us?
As I said, everyone is welcome here.
But we didn't come here for you to stay. Or
Most people don't.
how can someone be welcome if that's not a place they want to be?
See, that's the thing. Here in the wild places, we don't discriminate against anyone. You're more than welcome to stay. Because everything is equal in our eyes. All the many eyes that we have here in our home. Away from the steel and concrete places. Noise, insanity, those places that have been built on our skin, on our flesh. Everyone is welcome home.
I don't think this place is meant for me, but I will offer a piece of me to stay behind if you let me go. You can have the memories that give me guilt. And that will stay here with you.
That is delicious offer. You hear more of the vines pushing their way into the room, scraping, creeping down until they touch the floor. I wish that I could accept that offer, Miss Malgren, because I would truly love to be able to just simply remove that which hurts you and release you back into the world, but it's not the way it works. You either come home or you don't. No ways.
I would like to say that you can't come home to a place that is not yours, and I want to roll with charisma. Or whatever it is.
Charisma.
Not charisma. Whatever it is. It's
That, I guess, would be repulsion.
repulsion. Alright. This is hard or medium, guys?
I'm gonna say that's a hard.
Alright. Yo, that's triple fives. That's a pass. Yo. What?
You are a most insightful child. I do enjoy the way you think. I'm not here to force anyone. So make your decisions. You come home or do you leave? You can feel the vines touching your feet.
Emma, are you this isn't your home.
Lily, I don't have a home. It's my fault it blew up. She's gonna reach down out of the thorns, reach her feet, and slice her hand open and extend it to whoever it might be in the rocking chair.
Listen, Emma. Don't know
Shut
you
the
very
fuck
well.
up.
You're about to do
My
something
deals-
really stupid. I feel like I'm the reasonable one right now.
Lily goes
Smile.
home. Lily goes home, and no guilt. And I stay.
He reaches forward and takes your hand, pulls you over to his side, and looks to the rest of you.
Lily gets in close to Emma because Emma's her own person. So Lily can't force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. But I'm gonna put the picture from my pocket into Emma's and whisper, "You should know what you're staying here for. I'm the reason she's dead."
Emma won't even actually look at the picture. She'll just.
I just stuck it in your pocket. I
Oh,
didn't.
perfect. Yeah, doesn't take it out to look. Just grabs your face. Say, I never really fit in your world, and I blew up my home on accident. This is where I belong. You're free.
I'm not gonna waste it.
It's yours to deal with whatever you want.
And the vines, you can feel them climbing up your legs, holding you tight. Thorns aren't piercing you, but they are wrapping around you in an embrace. Last chance, children. Do you go?
Lily starts backing toward the door.
Can't move at the moment. You can try, but they're kind of holding you in place right now. They continue to climb up higher. Then everybody's decision is made, I take it. All right, then. And the vines continue to climb up until they cover your torso, up your chest, and around your arms and shoulders. You can see, the last thing you see in that firelight, you all see the outline of those antlers coming up in that kind of green glow as he turns towards Emma and just kind of wraps his arms around you, and then everything goes black. Now for Justin, Lily, and Mallory, you wake up. You are in the middle of the dirt road, just a few feet away from the car that you came with. There's an empty clearing in front of you that looks awfully familiar, but maybe once upon a time might have held a building. Not anymore. An old fire ring that looks like it hasn't been used in decades. You don't exactly know what happened in those last moments. Only that it felt warm and comforting. And now, it just feels empty. Like there was something there, but now it's gone. There's no more blackberry vines, no bushes. Just an empty road and an empty clearing. As for Emma, no one's sure what happened to Emma. She just up and disappeared. No one ever heard from her again. Because Emma came home. And once you're at home, no reason to ever leave. And there you go. That's what I got, folks.
Amazing.
Fucking epic. Love it.
Love it.
No. You did not win.
I know.
Aaron, you did not
I
win.
did. I got. Sorry.
No.
Not only
You did.
It was just monster. It was forest deity. Forest deity.
It was
win.
not. It was not.
It was not expressly said out loud. So therefore, it's still anybody's
No.
game.
Oh, you're right.
No,
Yeah,
no,
all
no.
those casual horned, beings with magical powers that hang out
Aaron,
in the West Virginia woods.
Aaron. I know exactly who that was, and you did not win.
Okay.
No, I promise you.
You don't know.
Aaron thinks she
Aaron-
won.
Aaron.
Therefore,
Aaron can win.
it's a
Therefore, I
win.
won.
I had absolutely no reason to join the bad guy this time because,
Neither.
as Rice had said, I've got it pretty good. I don't feel guilt. Not
Yep.
really.
James.
So that is our game for tonight. Thank you everyone for coming to join us. Want to go around one more time and give everybody the chance to talk about themselves for a second. See if there's anything they got coming up here, and see if they have anything to say on the outro. We'll start with Miss Mallory, LC.
Ha ha ha! I win. And that is not at you, Aaron. That's not at you. That's at Rise. That's at Rise. Don't worry about it. This has been an ongoing thing for 2 months now. Like, this is not at you. Not at you. No. Nice try. Go look at your old God's PDF, and then that. Aaron, what are you? I'm not talking to Aaron. I don't. Anyways, I'm
said
Elsie.
okay, and you keep yelling at me.
I'm not.
Okay.
I expressly said it was at Rise, not you. Like, okay. I'm Elsie. You can find me at Optimistics on all social media. I played Mallory, who did not make a deal. Amen, Jesus. I really thought I was gonna do it. Next time I probably will. Absolutely. Anyways, was hot. 10 out of 10. Would recommend this storyline again. I can be found. Where can I be found? Oh my gosh, I did not prepare to be first. Did not pull up my calendar. Did not do anything. All right, let's see here. My next one is not, I don't think, until, Tuesday, Gay Camp. Of course, Camp Runners Cross, found on Singularity at 8 p.m. on the first Tuesday of every month. We are back, and we are all dealing with our own emotional damages and working through that in therapy. Eventually, it will become a slasher flick. So that's exciting. I play another sweet little bean there, who, not a cheerleader, does play softball, though. She's pretty cool. I love Sabrina with my whole heart. Who Rise also knows. It's her origin story. There we go. And then after that, I don't think I have... What even... Oh, that's community game nights. Don't forget to check in on the LC's scheduled community game nights. Those are really fun. We get together. We all play a bunch of community games off stream in the chat. Those have been really great. And then I am not seen again until I am back on Singularity for King's Gambit, where I have been shot twice in both episodes. I did it the same exact way. Finch is an awful human being and probably deserves to die more than any of my other characters besides Miranda, but I also love her. And then on the first Saturday of August, we are back with Speakeasy. I have made my deals with supernatural beings, and there I am, as one says, reaping the consequences of my own actions by playing hide and seek with a ghost child. Yeah. Oh, and Mod Thulu on the 26th. If you have beef with me, I don't know how you could at this point. Please come and give me your villain points. That's all.
We'll send it over to Justin the Chad, Mr. James.
That's me.
Hi, my name is James Beck. You can find me at GeekJames113 on Twitter, where I rant and rave about Pathfinder 2e and everything adjacent or related to it. I will be back here on Tuesday for Noir World, where Spencer is giving us a very lovely, very, once again, dark game because it's noir, so it's all in black and white. And I'm not going to be playing a Justin-like character in that one, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then 2 days after that, so on Thursday, I will be playing in Doc's Delta Green, which, knowing Delta Green, I'm going to die because it's a Call of Cthulhu-like system, so it's not going to go great for me. And then I will be gone for a little while on this channel because I'm working on a project with Hoop called Mech Finder, and I have to do a lot of gearing before we go to Gen Con. So, be very busy.
Yes, for sure. And send that down to the potential, possible, maybe winner of things, or Emma Karen.
I was muted. Yes, I definitely won because I was definitely not that was not horned head. That was the horned god. All right, all the signs were there. Don't fucking at me, Elsie. Okay. Yes. Hello. I am Aaron. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Great Cthulhu. Let's see. I have a lot of recording stuff happening, so I can't announce it yet. Fridays, you can find me over at my friend Stolen Fire's channel playing Blade Runner, and I don't have a proper start date announced yet, but Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific on Stolen Fire's channel, I will be running public access in the very, very near future. I'm very excited for that.
Okay. And then finally, we have lovely Lily, Miss Dido.
Hello, I'm Dido. You can find me on Twitter at Dido11. I'm not doing too much on stream this month because a lot like James, I'm trying to get all of my other stuff squared away. before Gen Con, and there's a lot. August on Lost Caravan is going to be amazing, like top shelf. But you can find me every other Wednesday on Random Rhapsody, where I play a chaotic blade singing wizard in Curse of Strahd. There may or may not have been a boot that got stuck in poop in our last session. Yeah, that was an adventure. But then I will be back here for Mod Thulu on, I think that's the 26th. Yes, the 26th. Where Turk gets to terrorize all of the mods. And it'll be great. But that is me. Rise, I just want to thank you because tonight was amazing. And you scared the piss out of me.
I also want to shout out Rise, and also I think we need to bully Rise into a full Old Gods of Appalachia campaign. I think that has to happen. Like, that was as someone whose partner might be from the area. This was pure West Virginia, and it was fucking amazing.
Well, thank you all. I really appreciate that. And I did grow up I'm originally from Southern Ohio. All my family is West Virginian. So that's definitely my neck of the woods. And it is, even though I don't live there anymore, it's definitely still a very strong part of who I am and where I came from. And I absolutely adore it. And I love being able to tell any kind of story from that area and with, the sort of things that, take place there. So as I said, my name is Sean. I go by Rise on Discord and a lot of other places. You can find me on Twitter at SLFIFE. You can also find me on Instagram and stuff under Raven Black Photography. Let's see. Next thing I got going on actually is tomorrow, which is another Locus game. And this one actually is going to be I believe it's 4 parts over on Singularity. That I'm actually going to be on the other side. So it's going to be with the fantastic Janie.
Hope you get wrecked.
Running that. So I'll be over there tomorrow evening. And I believe we're doing once a month. So from now until, the next 4 months or so, we'll be doing that on Monday evenings over on Singularity or RPG. Other than that, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out, for showing up. I mean, these wonderful, wonderful cast people who I absolutely adore, every one of you, and you did such a fantastic job of bringing these characters to life and letting me tell weird, ghosty, crazy eldritch stories set in the hollers. Not a bad result, I think, for my first time GMing for the channel. Outside of that,
I thought genuinely
round of
fucking
applause.
amazing. I loved it. Yeah.
Again, thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out. We love you all and we appreciate all the support. Please, if you want to play some games with us or just hang out with a bunch of nerdy freaks and stuff, you can come find us on Discord. Find Lost Caravan on Twitter and everything. Keep up on what we're doing and all of all our game posts and our casting calls and everything get posted there. So feel free to check that out, please. We are going to send a raid over to Insomnia Nights RPG tonight. And we're going over there in just a moment. And other than that, thanks everybody again. And that's all I got for you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.